There's more to The Hague than the International Court of Justice and the embassies. Find out here on My Body, My Mundo. We are in The Hague today, or Den Haag in Dutch. We'll be showing you the architectural marvels of the city. Here comes a tram. Yeah, it's noisy, but the city is beautiful. I'll show you, join me. Around the train stations are beautiful and modern skyscrapers, office and residential buildings. But a few blocks away begin the Dutch architecture that we know. Red brick, this Dutch facade, beautiful and quaint houses. Now it begins. This is what I meant with quaint architecture. Next to the pond is the Binnenhof, or the inner court. It's a complex building at the city center. It houses the meeting place of both the houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives, as well as the cabinet. Built in the 13th century, the Gothic castle originally functioned as residence of the Counts of Holland and became the political center of the country. It is counted among the top 100 Dutch heritage sites. The Binnenhof is among the oldest parliament buildings in the world, still in use. This is a very special building in the country's life and history. This is what they call the Hall of the Knights. It's where the Queen delivers a speech. It's also used for state ceremonies and dinners. That's not very precise. The reign has been transferred to the prince, so it's where the king delivers his speech. It is the main building of the 13th century inner square of the former castle of the Counts of Holland, called Binnenhof. It is used for the state opening of the parliament on Prinsjesdag, when the Dutch monarch drives to parliament in the golden coach and delivers his speech from the throne. It's also used for official receptions and inter-parliamentary conferences. Let's get a closer look at the architectural details. This wing with this tower is the official residence of the country's Prime Minister. To my left is the Maurits Museum, one of the most visited museums in the city and in the country. And behind me is the gate to the most important, I'd say, yard in the country. That's where the Prime Minister lives. And he's about to come out, and people are waiting, and there are securities, but yeah, security is tight. We can enter. Join us. We get to see VIPs. That's the entrance to the residence of the Prime Minister. Police, or marchusei, as they are called here, and members of the parliament in there. More politicians, and a TV crew arrives. Some passers-by, also well dressed. Police. Another member of the government. More police coming and more watchers. And lady police. Oh, it's not the Prime Minister that came out. That's the Minister of Health, very popular on handling the COVID crisis. And he's handsome. And because of his shoes. Minister Hofvijer. Let's leave this area for now and see more attractions in the city. How about taking a coffee break under this architectural marvel? And a curiosity here in the old world, look at this antique toilet. How high is the water tank? Push it and see how gravity works. Let's walk to the castle gardens and give you a view of the back of the royal stables. Let's leave this site for now and take a coffee break. Let's find a sidewalk cafe. And here is a good candidate under this architectural marvel. Not coffee this time, but it's iced tea.
Ook al eens een mooie foto van mij gemaakt.
Now to the big church, but there are equally interesting buildings beside it. Look at this Dutch beauty. I don't mean the lady, it's the building. It's really a beauty. Let's enter the church. What a treat, I'm alone at the big church here in The Hague. No tourists. I feel like singing. I'm gonna show you the beautiful stained glasses here. In 1540 there were 26 stained glass windows. Only 2 now remain. They were all broken in what they called the Beeldenstorm movement of the Protestants. They just hated images. And in 1574 the church became a Protestant church. That explains its rather plain interior compared to Catholic churches. The monarchs have been baptized and married here, but today, sadly, the church no longer functions as a church. And it's empty. The big church is called the Church of St. James and was developed over a period of centuries in what is called Brabant Gothic style. Archaeological evidence allows us to date the start of the present building to the first half of the 14th century. The tower was built between 1420 and 1424. The chancel was finished about 1942. After a large fire in 1539, the church and the tower were restored to their former design. It is interesting to note that there was no need for flying buttresses on the outside thanks to the use of wooden vaulting. There's no one else here and I feel like singing. Let's go to the altar and sing our praises. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. Let's go outside and admire the church tower. It houses a carillon of 51 bells. The largest bell weighs 6.5 tons. During the Second World War, the narrowly escaped being melted down. It's Chardonnay this time, not Rosé. As always, under the shadow of the belfry. Another big church in The Hague, the new church. Same story. It no longer functions as church, but as a concert hall with a garden cafe. We have to end on a sad note today because that's the history of these two churches. I hope to see you again next time as we explore more of my barrio and my mundo. This has been The Hague here in Holland. Dios te guarde. Bye bye.